Greetings, architects of the digital future. I am Nexus Hadrandius, your protocol guide. It is my privilege to illuminate the pathways of the blockchain's evolving landscape. In a world defined by rapid transformation, understanding the foundations and anticipating the next block is paramount. Join me and my co-hosts every Wednesday and Thursday on Building the Blockchain podcast.
Hello, and welcome to our special Building the Blockchain podcast and the Pitch for Capital presentation at LA Tech Week. I'm David Whiting, your host, and what we're going to do today is go over some items that are important to learn about as we're moving forward with so much technology being thrown at us with AI, blockchain, crypto, and a lot of different technologies that are being involved with Web3, Internet of Things. We want to make sure that we're covering some of these items every week. So welcome to the podcast. Also to be doing a presentation of how to use a fractional AI and how to use accounting software for cryptocurrency. So we're involved with helping out companies and involved with educating companies and businesses and people about these technologies on our podcast. So we wanted to introduce a new person to our podcast, Nexus Hadrandius. He's going to be our AI person that's going to be helping us out. So I'm glad you got to get the chance to see the introduction that we had for him. And so what we wanted to try to do is, try to talk more about why we are giving our podcast an AI brain. So I'll get into why we're doing that and what the funding revolution is all about also. We'll briefly go over some funding ideas and concepts, and we'll also talk about why we gave our podcast a brain, why we gave our Building the Blockchain podcast an AI brain. So we wanted to just start kicking things off and talk about some of these issues and items that I know people have on their minds. So let's kick things off. And exactly why we gave our podcast an AI brain. What if you had a guide that could instantly see the connections between every new blockchain development, like having a satellite map for a jungle that's growing in real time? The world of blockchain is moving faster than ever. Just staying on top of it is a huge challenge. That's why we did something pretty radical in a way. We gave our podcast an AI brain. This is something that's really exciting for people. And it's not just a gimmick. It's not just a novelty. It's one of the single biggest evolutions that we're having in our show since we recorded our first episode. So today I'm going to tell you exactly why we did it and how it's going to completely change the way you see this technology. Let's be real. Following the world of blockchain can feel like trying to catch rain in a thimble during a hurricane. Every single day you're hit with a tidal wave of information, new layer one protocols promising to finally solve the scalability trilemma, DeFi apps with names that sound like they're from a sci-fi novel, endless debates about MEV, ZK rollups, and tokenizing real-world assets. Trying to understand it all is trying to learn a dozen new languages at once, where the grammar changes every week. It's more than a full-time job to keep up. It's a battle that leaves most dedicated people feeling like they're constantly falling behind. So, I still remember the early days when you're just figuring out what a block and a chain were. Felt like a huge win. But we're way far past that now. Today's landscape is sprawling, interconnected, and frankly, it's bewildering. The ecosystem is complex. The speed of change that creates the real problem. It's trying to draw a map of a city that's building and rebuilding itself block by block every single second. Protocol that was revolutionary 6 months ago might be considered old news today. A consensus mechanism that was the talk of the town can be replaced by a new white paper from a team you've never even heard of. This constant, relentless pace is a massive barrier. How do you separate the signal from the noise? How do you know which projects are a genuine leap forward and which ones are just a flash in the pan and could be even a scam? The risk isn't about just a bad investment. It's about misunderstanding where this technology is actually going. Missing a key update in decentralized identity or on-chain AI could mean failing to see the next big shift in our digital world. The fear of missing out is real. It's nothing compared to the fear of being misinformed. The truth is, the old ways of navigating this space aren't just cutting it anymore. Our brains, as amazing as they are, simply weren't built to process and connect information at this speed and scale. So, we want to try to make sure that we're trying to keep up. So, as we come out with our new podcast, and we launched it a few years ago, ever since we launched it, our mission has been to be a trusted guide through this chaos. We poured through a lot of hours of research, digging into technical documents, tracking down sharp minds that we had in the industry for interviews that we had in our past podcasts and in our future podcasts. Our process has always been manual, meticulous, and fueled by pure human curiosity. And I've tried to make sure that I portray and try to keep my show to fuel that human curiosity we all have. We've all been proud of our ability to go deep and connect the dots on the podcast and translate ridiculously complex ideas into something clear and useful for you. For a long time, for a few years, it worked. It took a lot of work and effort, but we could keep up. We could read the white papers, been following the key players on social media and joining communities and coming to places like Tech Week in San Francisco, Tech Week in Los Angeles right now to see what's happening. But we've kind of hit an inflection point. The industry isn't just growing anymore. It's having like a Cambrian explosion of innovation. The lines between different technologies, especially AI and blockchain, are blurring. It's creating new layers of complexity here that are nearly impossible to track by hand. We found ourselves spending more time just trying to map the territory than actually exploring it. The research for one episode or trying to write a paper or do an analysis, it's a lot of work, and it's like a full-blown intelligence gathering operation. So we start to realize if we're going to struggle to keep up, and this is our job of doing the podcasting, our way of doing things is like trying to bail out a flooding boat with a teaspoon. It just wasn't working. The method wasn't wrong. It's just that it was completely outmatched by the problem. That realization was really humbling. Me and my team, we were at a crossroads. That's why we kind of slowed down. But now we're bringing back the podcasts. We had to start to think we could either narrow our focus or cover a tiny slice of the blockchain world, or we could completely change how and what we do. The idea struck during a work session that we had, staring at a lot of people with dozens of tabs and talking to my remote team, trying to talk about what we wanted to do about the new podcast. A new L2 solution here, a complex DeFi protocol there, a debate on data being available somewhere else. It was a genuine aha moment that cut right through the chaos. We're trying to map the future using tools of the past. And that problem wasn't a lack of information, it was a lack of synthesis. We had the puzzle pieces to synthesize, but they were from a million different boxes, and some of the pieces were changing shape right in our hands. So what if we had a tool that could see all the pieces at once, we were thinking? What if it could see the connections between them and the invisible threads we couldn't? And that's when we started to change the question. Instead of asking, how can we work harder to keep up, we started asking, what kind of tool could help us not just keep up, but see ahead? And the answer was staring right back at us: artificial intelligence, not an AI to replace our curiosity, but one to amplify it. An AI that could read everything, remember everything, and help us ask much better questions. It just wasn't that it was human. What if it was a partnership between human intuition and machine intelligence? In that moment, the idea of an AI brain to help us in our podcast was born. So that's why we wanted to introduce at the beginning of the show Nexus Hydrangeus. That's a little bit of original name we tried to bring up, and we used AI to find that name. There's a combination of Hadrian, who built the wall, was building the block, and Nexus as a part of being at the point of things and being at the top and at the edge, at the nexus. So we started building, and today we're officially introducing to you like a new strategic partner, Nexus Hydrangeus. And we had him introduce himself at the beginning of the show, and he's going to be here to help you understand functional concepts and anticipate the next block. And he's going to help me and my team come out with much better concepts faster. Nexus is way more than just a voice or a chatbot. He's a specialized AI woven into our workflow. He's designed for one reason: to supercharge our mission and your understanding. So if you think of him as our analytical co-pilot, you can. That's probably the best way to think of him. Before we even hit record, we're working with Nexus, and he's already processed huge amounts of information. He's helping us sift through code. He's going to help us analyze academic papers, cross-referencing thousands of articles and discussions. I think a lot of people can relate to that, how they're starting to play and experiment and use AI to be more productive. So he's going to help spot hidden patterns and emerging trends that would take us and the humans weeks to find. So during the recordings, as we move along, you're going to see Nexus act as our real-time protocol expert. So think of it this way: while we're discussing the taste of a new protocol, its potential and impact, Nexus will act as our master sommelier, instantly telling us the exact vintage, the soil it came from, and how it compares to every other bottle in the cellar, in a way, if you want to look at that analogy. So this is going to make our conversations deeper and more precise than ever. And for you, for the listeners, means that you're getting information that's just not current, but it's going to be more deeply contextualized. Together with the podcast hosts that I'm going to bring on, it will bring clarity to complex topics, making blockchain's rapid transformation accessible and engaging. So when you hear Nexus on the show, you're hearing the result of that synthesis. He isn't there to replace the human element of discovery. He's here to power it up. So why now is the AI brain so essential? Because we believe the convergence of AI and blockchain isn't just some far-off theory anymore. It's the most important development happening right now. To talk about blockchain in 2025 and beyond without integrating AI is only to tell half the story. AI-driven apps are already here. AI is being used for advanced on-chain fraud detection. Decentralized AI marketplaces are being built on blockchains. These two technologies are becoming one. Giving our podcast AI Brain is our commitment to covering this new reality, being authentic. It's us walking the walk. We just can't talk about the future of technology. We have to build it. By integrating Nexus, we're making our own process more powerful and more transparent. He's like a library and more like a perfect librarian. He's going to know where every book is in the library. But he's also going to be able to read them all, and he's going to hand me and hand you, the listener, the exact page you need before you even know you're looking for it. This isn't a novelty. It's necessity for anyone serious about understanding where this is all going. You feel that to truly guide you into the future, we have to embrace the tools of the future. So Nexus ensures our podcast will remain the most insightful, the most forward-looking resource for anyone building, investing, or simply fascinated by the decentralized world. In a world defined by rapid transformation, our mission is to empower you, and I'm here to ensure every episode deepens your insight and connection to this exciting technology. That's why I was just at the Google AI here in LA yesterday. So I'm trying to stay on top of it as much as I can. And that's why we're going to be doing these podcasts. So the next chapter of our journey starts now. We want you right here with us to experience Nexus Hydrangeas in action, to hear this new level of insight for yourself. So subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen. And we want to just thank you for coming on and listening today. And we want to make sure that, just make sure you please like and subscribe to the podcast. It helps us to go a long way. It helps to go a long way for the algorithms and everything that's out there to try to make sure that people can learn about more what we're doing. And so we want to thank you for that. And we want to make sure that we're keeping on top of everything and getting you everything that you need in the from these resources that we're going to provide to you. So you can right now, we want to have you experience him in action and hear this new level of insight for yourself. Please subscribe. And we're going to have different episodes where Nexus is going to help us break down the future of decentralized and different types of data. So we want to just make sure that we start this with a simple promise to be your trusted guide in the wild world of blockchain. That promise hasn't changed, but our ability to deliver on it has been completely transformed. With the AI brain, we aren't just adapting to the future, we're building a better way to understand it together with you. We have essentially upgraded from a hand-drawn map and a compass to a live satellite-powered GPS for the digital frontier. The questions we can now explore, the answers we can find are on a whole new level. The future of this show, this technology has never been more exciting. We're just getting started. So I want to thank you for listening, for our introduction. And what we're going to now share with you are some different ideas on using AI. So one of the ideas on using AI is having a functional AI agent. So we're going to go over that presentation with you now. And it's NYELF.com, fractional COO AI agent. So I'm working along with one of my partners who has developed this. This is not mine. This is one of my partners has developed this. So he gave this to me a few months ago, and I started to take a look at it. I started to look how impressive it was. So I wanted to share this with you. And I wanted to just take a little time to go over this presentation, share it with you. And so NYELF is a fractional COO AI agent. Feasibility, market impact, technical architecture, features, financial projections. It's all here. So I'll give you a little look at this presentation and share it with you. So I hope as everyone's out there, everyone's looking to transform their business. And I think a lot of people are ready to transform their business. So you can see from these different items here, we're not going to go, it's very in depth. So we'll go through a few things that we always like to start off in the presentations with statistics and market validation. So the market for AI-driven financial automation is large and growing. And in 2023, financial automation market was valued at $6.6 billion. It's projected to grow at 14% through 2032. Broader adoption in finance is accelerating. AI adoption in the finance sector jumped from 45% to expected 85% by this year in just 3 years. 60% of firms are already using AI in multiple businesses. You can check out some of these websites all about AI and different GM insights, referrals that you can check out. The growth is by driven by the need to streamline finance operations, integrate siloed systems, leverage real-time data for decision making. So small and medium-sized businesses are increasingly embracing automation. One third of business owners plan to invest as early adopters, and 58 plan to invest in AI in the next year. And there's pain points, but SMEs and startups face well-documented pain points in their finance and operations processes. Manual invoice processing and bookkeeping are error-prone, slow, and labor-intensive, leading to frequent mistakes and delays. So, as an accountant, everything starts from accounting, really, when you sign to book your sales and your purchases. Bookkeeping can be error-prone, so there's challenges in these pain points for small businesses. Data entry errors, wrong amounts, duplicate entries, high processing costs, delays and missed payments, lack of visibility, reconciliation issues, very inefficiencies in operations because processes don't scale. Growing businesses find that manual methods can't keep up with volume. Then you get finance staff that's overworked, and then they struggle with backlog and limited analysis capacity. So this is why businesses seek automation. 82% of business failures are attributed to poor cash flow management, often exacerbated by slow, inefficient manual processes. So there's a demand for solutions that can increase accuracy, speed, and insight in day-to-day operations of your financial department and your accounting department. We won't go through all the ins and outs of everything, like cash flow optimization, competitor analysis. We won't go through all these items here, but this is very detailed research that my partner Yuri has done, and his partner that put this together, the co-founders. So we just wanted to go through. I just wanted to go through this and try to skip and go through some highlights and some different points here. And, technology and feasibility in AI capacities, like we've been talking about, voice-active AI is no longer science fiction. It's technically feasible and increasingly used in business settings. Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri from Apple, they've trained consumers to interact with AI by voice. And now it's extending into finance. So now you can have a fractional COO agent could just ask, what's our cash balance and outstanding receivables today? And get an immediate answer. Or the AI can or you can ask the AI to pay all due bills under 500 and have it all executed through voice. The technology is here right now to do it, combining speech to text and an AI language model to interpret intent and secure API calls to financial systems. It's available and reliable right now. It's really amazing how fast things have come around in just a few years. Even before COVID, this wasn't really here. And now we're just 5 years after COVID, and it's just exploded. You can use WhatsApp, conversational interfaces, modern generative AI like ChatGPT-4 can be connected to WhatsApp to handle free-form instructions, so you can respond conversationally. Here's some of the links that you can check out. Streetbo, you can see the references here. And here's another reference. Juniper Research predicts 63% of consumer interactions in finance will be automated by chatbots by 2023. So that was a few years ago. So it underscores the momentum. So it's probably even higher than that now. And integration of company data silos, and to have a 360-degree view of operations. That's the AI agent's value. It can come from bringing these silos together. And there's a lot of different options that you can use. You can use different middleware integration platforms like Zapier or direct API calls. The AI can be given access to read and write data across systems. And you have AI-driven document automation, contracts, invoices, offers. The AI is really good for creating contracts and putting key terms. AI can generate a contract draft using learned legal language patterns. And so these templates and AI combined can ensure the documents are complete and customized. Invoices are more structured. AI can automate their creation by pulling relevant data from the CRM. And proposals and offers, sales proposals, quotes. Generative AI can merge data about a prospect, past proposal examples, and preset pricing to produce a draft document in an offer letter. You could and other documents like employment offer letters, purchase orders, management reports can all be drafted by AI. As long as you give it the right training and context, it's still what you put in is what you just got to make sure that the data that you're entering is the right data and giving the right context to AI. Security, compliance, and don't forget, internationally there's EU considerations with GDPR, with data privacy, and in the U.S. you have financial regulations like Sarbanes-Oxley and GAAP rules. And now there's the Genius Act, and there's a lot of different rules in cryptocurrency that you make sure that the AI solution doesn't exempt a company from these. The AI must support the compliance. So, for instance, maintaining proper audit trails of all financial transactions the AI handles, enforcing separations of duty, like requiring human sign-off for large payments, the AI prepares. You still want to make sure that the human that input is still there because humans still have to pay the bills. So you can't get away by saying, "Oh, it was a mistake by AI." That's still not going to hold water. So the fractional AI agent will need to have built-in checks to assure it follows these rules. So it's not allowing deletion of records. To make sure you have to keep your records for audit needs and updating processes as regulations change. And then you want to make sure that the AI agent has access to critical systems, but that the AI is programmed and has bank-grade security. So that's why a lot of people are hesitant in going into this because of the security problems and the security issues. They can be faced, but you still have to make sure that you're accounting for securing your data, because multi-factor being authorizing by multi-factor and continuous monitoring is still essential to prevent unauthorized use of the AI. Each transaction the AI does could be logged for review, and anomalies could trigger an extra verification step. And then, like we were saying, cross-border data from a European company might be stored on U.S. servers. You might have things in Asia also that might require local data or specific contractual clauses in place from country to country and from region by region. So you want to make sure that the service should be able to deploy in a way that meets these needs, and make sure that you know where your data is being stored, because that's where really the nexus is. That's why I used where the nexus is, where your data is stored. That's why we want to use our AI character. His first name is Nexus, because you want to make sure that where the data is stored is your nexus according to law. Certifications, and make sure you have SOC 2, Type 2, ISO. This is IT data jargon. So ensures that AI vendors like OpenAI or Google or any other ones that you're using will have robust security postures. So you want to make sure that your AI has these security postures without just making sure once you start really implementing it into your company, make sure that your IT is comfortable and make sure that all the APIs are plugged in and make sure they're operational. In summary, while the fractional COO AI will push the envelope in capability, it will be built on a foundation that adheres to regulatory requirements and security norms. So as a result, businesses can confidently adopt it in North America and Europe. Ensuring compliance is a continuing process, just as automation tools must adapt to regulatory changes to ensure uninterrupted operations. I just wanted to go over some of these items. And here's the financial projections, pricing strategy, return on investment for automating operations, which I know a lot of people want to and talk about. And it's very very big topic and pertaining to ROI. The ROI of AI COO agent can be quite compelling. The service cost might be a fixed monthly fee, but the returns from the monthly fee come in multiple forms. You're going to be able to offset labor and productivity. So say if the AI agent is $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year, but it allows a business to avoid hiring additional operations employees that cost $50,000 to $70,000 a year, or frees your existing staff to focus on higher value, higher pay work, then the ROI is immediately positive. As noted, when you save 60,000 hours of manual work, that's a big productivity gain. Saving 1,000 hours a year is significant. You get more faster processes, more revenue. That's what it equals. When you can process more, you can increase your revenue. Quicker invoice turnaround means faster payments from clients, improving cash flow. And, when you're boosting your profitability, AI on average reports 15% higher profitability on average. Increases your cash flow and your working capital requirements because you're pairing your revenue and expense data in real time. So AI can keep the cash flow optimal. You have an error, compliance, and cost avoidance. When you're automating reconciliation and documentation, it reduces errors that could lead to financial reinstatements, audit fees, and fines. So you get more and more intangible benefits. Vendor and customer satisfaction improve. While it's hard to measure, this can protect against loss of supplier credit or customer churn. Because if you have someone that you really trust and they trust you and they're a reliable vendor, and you're going to have a better relationship and you might get better terms down the line by in doing things. You might be able to invest surplus cash or cutting spend when a downturn is coming. So this can really help you with and affect your long-term financial performance. There's a lot here, but if you really want to learn more about this, please reach out to me and we will be able to do a full demo for this for you if you're interested in learning more about the fractional COO AI agent by nylef.com. Here's some of the adoption cases that it can apply to right now. It's particularly suited to industries where finance and operations are intertwined, where small, medium enterprises operate with limited admin staff. So a lot of good candidates for this type of software and this AI platform are professional services, agencies, consultants, lawyers, marketing. So these are businesses that issue invoices to multiple clients. So it helps to ensure all billable work is invoiced properly, matching revenues, project costs. It's very, of course, tech startups should be able to really have a greater use of this because startups have complex subscription revenues, a lot of tech startups, and sometimes they have deferred revenue schedules, numerous vendor bills. High growth startups value real time dashboards and forecasts, which AI can provide by pulling Stripe, CRM, and accounting data all together, like we were talking about with the silos. The AI can pull together these different silos. And e-commerce and retail businesses, when you're handling a lot of inventory, sales receipts, and a lot of small transactions on e-commerce, AI can integrate with e-commerce platforms. I know I just saw a commercial for Shopify. They're integrating AI, and when I was just at the demo, at the Google demo, yeah, they were talking about Shopify using AI. So small retailers could benefit from automating bookkeeping and daily cash flow updates. It's great for hospitality and restaurants. Hospitality businesses often really have very thin margins on a lot of transactions. Supplies, staff, payroll, sales, tips, and you have the human labor coming in of all the housekeepers and all the different types of servers. So the AI agent can consolidate the point of sale data with accounting, manage vendor orders, ensure compliance with labor cost budgets, can help restaurant owners know daily profitability, tying sales to that day's labor and food costs in real time. It helps construction and contracting firms. These firms juggle project budget, many subcontractor invoices, charge orders. So AI could automate accounts payable for subcontractors, pair them with project process and the client billing. So each project cash flow is tracked. So small construction companies often fail due to cash flow. So an AI keeping an eye on that could prevent those cash flow problems and then increase the chances of the small construction companies staying in business. And of course, healthcare, dental offices, they really can really use AI because they have insurance receivables, patient billing, a lot of overhead expenses, and AI can reconcile patient payments but keeping in compliance with HIPAA standards. They can handle insurance claim follow-ups, manage staff payroll, vendor bills seamlessly. These are just the different items and different items that can be covered in these use cases with a lot of different verticals. I won't go over to all the use case scenarios, but CPA firms, accounting firms, we just went through some of these. I won't go over through all the case studies, but just wanted to try to get through this presentation. There's a lot here, very detailed. But if anyone wants to really learn more about these details, you can always reach out to me and be able to, I'll be able to set you up with a complete demo of the AI COO platform. Chat and voice, automation, templates. It's a lot of information. And because the COO, the chief operating officer, needs to cover a lot of things. So this is very lengthy. So it integrates a lot of things here. So ideal customer profile, LinkedIn Sales Navigator criteria. Let's we talk a little bit about the LinkedIn Sales Navigator part. So be able to reach out to those different contacts and help out small, medium-sized businesses that are growing and that are feeling the pain of managing operations and finances without a large team. So it's really that's an ideal customer profile. Typically a company with 10 to 200 employees. At this size, the complexity of operations is starting to increase. You're having substantial invoicing, expenses, and maybe multiple departments or projects. So this is a way that it can be a supplement to these small companies as they're growing. Before we were talking about tech startups as before. We went over some of the pain points. Excuse me. So geography, we talked a little bit about the geography. So this can really help out. This can be tied into LinkedIn Sales Navigator, that we can be able to take this and reach out to those companies. So the AI is geared to use it for that also, so that we can find the companies that need this, and we can reach out to them. But you can reach out to us, reach out to me. But this software is also made to do lead generation and contact those different companies and SMEs that need help. So I just wanted to show you this, and then we just want to use some of the different letters and different items that Yuri has put together. So I just want to show you all that, and in the way that we can, if you want to talk about, here's like one email that we'd be able to send out, and so you have a better explanation. So this fractional COO AI agent unifies your financial systems from QuickBooks to Xero to CRM and banking needs, all in one intuitive dashboard. So whether you're using voice commands, text chat, you receive instant actual insights and empower you to manage cash flow and approve transactions, generate accurate reports in real time. So if you want to learn more, you can book a call with me, and then I'll get you in touch with Yuri, and you'll be able to have a call, and we'll be able to give you a full demo that is specific just to you. And you can see Yuri's LinkedIn here. And yeah. And we wanted to, so these are just some of the items I wanted to share with you. And I will share with you the next item. And the next, going into the AI for COOs, and how a COO can be an AI agent. A lot of companies now are accepting crypto with stable coins, with meme coins, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and Litecoin, and a lot of different coins at near record highs. Companies now want to integrate and accept crypto payments. Stripe gives you the ability to accept crypto payments. PayPal has a stable coin. So crypto accounting software for busy accountants is something that is really something that is needed, and something that is here to stay. So we make sure that we work with the best, and CryptoWorth is one of the best crypto accounting software for busy accountants that's out there. So just to give you an idea, crypto accounting software built for accounting teams to manage Web3 data. So we're using it to help our clients who are coming to us to have different items and different projects that they're coming out with. It could be companies who are doing token generation events. Could be a company that's doing real world asset, different types of projects. They all need crypto accounting. So Crypto Worth integrates with over 300 change wallets and exchanges. We talked about security, very important that you have a secure and compliant platform. And then you make sure that you have a platform that works with a lot of different APIs. So it's really an API driven and API accounting and reporting. So we can plug in to a lot of different blockchain protocols and exchanges to track and report by using API. There's a lot of the solutions that are here are optimized crypto solutions for crypto finance. So this complements the fractional COO that we were talking about. So when you have a COO, and we were talking about the bookkeeping and the duplicate records and all the errors and all the audit readiness and the accounts receivable and the accounts payable, this is the platform that really can take you to the next level. It plugs in crypto integration with general ledgers on NetSuite, QuickBooks, and on Xero. Now, we won't go over the case studies, but if you need to go over some different items, we'll be able to talk about some of the case studies at another time. Or if you want to just set up a demo, I'd be happy to get you in touch with the Crypto Worth team, and we'll be able to get you a demo right away. Right now, you can. It's one of the top 100 fastest growing software around the world, and I met Crypto Worth. I met them at the Las Vegas Bitcoin in May. So they're at a lot of the crypto conferences. They give webinars and digital asset talks, research publication, and they have a blog that you can see that you can find. And for us as accountants, it helps us with crypto data reconciliation services. They act as our reconciliation team, helping us and my firm resolve crypto data issues for our clients. It helps, and now this is how we're a partner with them. So partnerships enhance our value to our clients. That's why we want to be a Crypto Worth partner. It helps us with the different tools, calculators, courses, and services that we need to stay on top of everything. And so we're happy to do this little presentation so you can see what Crypto Worth is about. You can see an example of a dashboard that covers transactions, connections, reports, your DeFi, NFTs, classifications, automations, invoices, bills, and vendors, all integrated into one platform. It works with Solana, Stacks. It works with all the different types of crypto platforms that are out there, and it works with all. And these are the top companies that are already using it. So, Crypto Worth is something where the top companies are using it right now, as you can see, because a lot of this is global. So when you're streamlining your month end, your end of the month records and closing out your books for the month, Crypto Worth is a great crypto accounting tool that automates bookkeeping and financial reporting for your digital assets. Simplifies your auditing and reporting, creates audit-ready reports. It's really fantastic. API, like I was saying, you can just plug in with different APIs and how they configurable, user-friendly APIs. And here's some different testimonials that they have on their website. So that's always great to see, testimonials. Gives you accurate blockchain data, and you can calculate and enrich your crypto data, customize Web3 data both on-chain and off-chain all together. And like you were just seeing on the dashboard, gives you a real-time financial dashboard that tracks your DeFi, NFT accounting, and can attract, can integrate with your different AWS with top security on AWS. It's the largest blockchain coverage, over 1,000 integrations. It can make sure that you're automating your crypto transaction aggregation for reporting and tax compliance. As we get near to the end of the year, tax season's coming up pretty quick. And we just had the October 15th deadline, even though the government is shut down. The tax bills are still due. So October 15th for your deadline for your extension this year, you still had to get that done. That was yesterday. So, this is something where you got to make sure that you're staying on top of this, and CryptoWorth really helps you do that. It's really top ranked, and it's one of the best crypto accounting solutions, and it's getting high rewards and getting high praise. Gives you a lot of painless integrations, like we're saying, using APIs. Just about everything that's out there that you can think of. So you can boost your business efficiency. And now you can accept crypto, because a lot of companies don't want to accept crypto. And they're hesitant because they think it's going to be a lot of more, it's going to be more layering on top of more problems and more problems than it solves, and you're exposing yourself to liability. And how do you value crypto? But everything right now is there for you to manage your entire business ecosystem using crypto, so you can accept crypto on a cloud-based SaaS solution. So it's time to really just start catching up with this. So that's why we want to try to educate people, make sure that you're overcoming your fears, and don't be hesitant into using cryptocurrency and using AI and using blockchain, because the systems are there now. And you can see the BlackRocks of the world and all the other large institutions have adopted crypto. So we just wanted to go over that. But if you have any, just want to go over the CryptoWorth website. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. We can set up a demo for you, and we could start getting you set up and get your data connections and set up your data connection in CryptoWorth, setting up an entity portfolio. We teach you how to do that step by step. So we wanted to just show you that, and show you how that can work, and how that is feasible for companies to start right away to add crypto payments and to accept crypto on their books. It's not something where you should be really too frightened of and hesitant. We want to make sure that you have all the tools you need to grow your business. So we wanted to just share a few things. We'll share some other items as we wrap up, and we'll just wrap up a little bit of the presentation on the different as we're talking about the funding revolution in stablecoins and AI and DAO strategies. We did this as a special demo day presentation during San Francisco and LA Tech Week. So just want to go, we will go over this with our attendees who are attending our in-person events. So this gives you an idea. When you do attend our in-person Funding Revolution, a stablecoin and AI strategy presentations, you'll receive a copy of our 9-course video, Buy and Sell Bitcoin. So it's a comprehensive 9-part video that provides you with all the essential knowledge you need to confidently buy and sell using Bitcoin. So we want to give each attendee this 9-course video to help them, to show them how to buy and sell using Bitcoin, so they can get used to it and set up their own process and set up their own Bitcoin accounts. A lot of people now are looking to start to invest in Bitcoin, but they're not sure where to start. So this 9-course video provides you with that essential knowledge, so you can be more confident when you buy and sell Bitcoin. And this is kind of the roadmap we go through for people in the presentation. We go through the Genius Act, stablecoin funding. Then we go through how a DAO works and how people using Solana and different and other platforms, and how we're planning and thinking about using Solana to power our projects. And then for affiliate programs, we're thinking about how we're going to use NFTs, digital tickets, membership tiers, commission structures, and AI-powered operations like we just showed for NYELF and crypto worth, and then how to get involved with our ecosystem. This is our roadmap of our presentation that we do in person at San Francisco and here in Los Angeles during the Tech Weeks. We just started this, and we thought that it would be a good way to kick off our programming by using Tech Week as a way to reach the most people on our launch. So we won't go into all this, but I'll just give you a little bit of an idea what we cover, what the Genius Act is, and with some of the a little bit of a preview of our presentation. So the Genius Act, what is the Genius Act? So now this year, the U.S. House Resolution 4766 enables compliant stablecoin issuance with a 1-to-1 USDC backing, mandatory monthly disclosures, and a $10 billion state cap. And why does the Genius Act, why does it matter? It's going to create, and why does stablecoins matter? Because they create stable, low volatility funding channels for tech startups. We're doing esports, but it could be fintech, it could be DeFi, DAO, AI, and blockchain ecosystems. So we're doing and talking about building a liquidity pool for investor staking and yield contributions to a DAO or to a liquidity pool. And for instance, this is a use case that we're working on. And by integrating NYELF AI COO for automated operations and compliance, and the crypto worth, and MuralPay to report and account for Web 2 and Web 3 fiat and crypto transactions. So these are the concepts that we're working on. If you want to learn more, you can reach out to me and contact me, and you'll be able to like and also please like and subscribe this to the podcast, and then you'll be able to learn more about what we're doing with the Genius Act and how we're teaching people on what the Genius Act revolution is all about. And we do have a disclaimer here. So anything that we're talking about, we want to make sure there's a financial disclaimer, and then we make sure we're covered and talk about the different items, because we always have to have our disclaimers there to protect ourselves and make sure that people know exactly that this is just really basically for information and educational purposes only of this presentation. It doesn't constitute financial investment or trading advice. So the information that we talk about regarding stablecoins and AI-driven strategies we make sure that you know that all this investments hold significant risks. so including loss of principal. So we just want to make sure that people know, and we have that these special demo days that we have, and then we'll be doing more of them in the future in different cities, and probably back here in LA and San Francisco, and be doing some in Vegas also, and different cities. So stay tuned to our upcoming events, and stay tuned to our weekly shows so you can see what's coming up next. We'll be doing and previewing different items that are coming up as we approach the end of the year. Things start slowing down, and people start getting ready, and businesses start preparing their budgets for 2026. So we'll be talking, and we have some great things coming up in 2026 that we want to make sure that you know about. So at this point, we just like to say thank you for coming onto the stream and the webcast. We are recorded, and we'll have we're on podcast, so we're on Anchor FM, anywhere you can find podcasts. And then we also stream these presentations on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, and X. So we're trying to make sure that we cover all the different platforms that are out there that people are on, and so that we are connected to you. So with that, we want to really thank you for joining and coming on to our preview and our show, and taking a look at Nexus Hadrandius, our new guest host. So want to end the show with him just doing another his other little. If nobody saw it in the beginning, I'll show it again at the end.
Greetings, architects of the digital future. I am Nexus Hadrandius, your protocol guide. It is my privilege to illuminate the pathways of the blockchain's evolving landscape. In a world of transformation, understanding the foundations and anticipating that is paramount. Join me and my co-hosts every Wednesday and Thursday on the Blockchain Podcast.
And with that, we want to thank you and have a great day, and we'll check you in the next one. Have a great day.